Michael, you only have nine lives left.
Oh no, does that mean that Kevin Spacey is going to assault someone?
Okay, so I just looked up the French dub of Sonic. Oh no, he's still... And we're good. The French dub in the first thing on Reddit says, just a reminder that the French dub of Sonic X goes hard.
Yes, the Sonic is dub. Sonic's name is replaced to Kevin Spacey in that dub. It's Kevin Spacey the Hedgehog.
Speaking of Kevin Spacey, I watched an episode of Star Trek Enterprise recently that was a complete remake of A Bug's Life.
What?
Yeah. It had like the same f***ing plot. You just swap out grasshoppers for Klingons.
Why do the Klingons look so different in TOS?
Apparently that's explained in Season 4 of Enterprise, where it's revealed that a disease causes the humps not to appear in some of the Klingons, and Dr. Phlox has to develop a cure. And apparently...
Oh yeah, I was going to talk about my watch list as of late.
All of the alien races in TOS are just clearly humans wearing different costumes.
Yeah, but the problem is that whenever... Sometimes it works, but I don't know if you've ever seen Species 8472, but that was like one of the first completely CGI alien races, and they debuted in like Season 3 of Voyager. And that CGI... late 90s CGI for TV is not good CGI.
Speaking of not good CGI, have you ever watched Spy Kids?
Yes!
Yes, it was great.
When I was young, that seemed so cool and real to me, and every time I've watched a scene from it, like nowadays, I'm like horrified as to how freaking awful it looks.
Yeah, that was in the period...
To be fair, it was made by one dude.
Yes, that was in the period where Robert Rodriguez was making movies in his garage with like a camera rig. Shit like Shark Boy and Lava Girl, which I did see in theaters during its original theatrical run. I specifically remember I was at a restaurant with my family and my mom was reading the newspaper and she read the critic review for Shark Boy and Lava Girl and she's like, Michael, are you sure you want to see this movie? It got 2 stars. And I'm like, no, Mom, I want to see Shark Boy and Lava Girl. And then we got the Linus saying,
Mother, you will take me to see Shark Boy and Lava Girl or else I will poop my pants here in the restaurant.
I was like 10 years old.
And then I will throw the chicken nugget across the restaurant.
I told you that story. Oh, the chicken strip incident?
Where Michael, being my crafty self, threw the chicken strip across the restaurant and it landed in somebody else's plate.
Apparently my dad made that up and that didn't actually happen, but it seems plausible.
It's funnier to say that it... So my parents always make fun of me for like things that I did when I was a kid, but like no matter how many times I explained to them that like I remembered my intentions behind it, they'll just refuse to accept it and go with the original joke anyway. Like the favorite thing of all time is they said like, Ethan, one time you walked up to your grandpa and said, "Hey grandpa, why is your head poking through your hair?"
What?
But like no matter, they said like Ethan, when you were a little kid, you went up to grandpa because he has a bald spot.
Oh.
And you're like, why is your head poking through your hair? I'm like, no matter how many times I tell them, like, yeah, Dad told me to say that. They'll be like, then the very next time we all get together, like, Ethan, remember the time you told Grandpa that his head was poking through his hair? That was so fucking funny. I'm like, fucking listen, my dad told me to say that. I never would have said that on my own had you not told me to say it.
Jeffrey,
but it's less funny that way.
Mr. Jeffrey.
Exactly. Exactamundos,
yeah,
they say.
I'm pretty sure it was, yeah, my dad told me.
Ethan was a silly child.
I was a little autistic child, alright?
Let's not go to Camelot. It is a rather silly place.
Dude, I'm a strange guy now, but I was definitely a strange kid.
Are you
I'm
doing damage?
yes. The idea is I'm gonna fill up my chaos gauge by killing those things so that I can make the darkness go away.
Can you beat it by mashing X?
No, you have to. This isn't Sonic Unleashed. The homing attack is mapped to A.
Oh wait, is this Testicles the Dark again?
Yes, this is the Testicles final boss. Bless you.
Okay, then.
There we go. Now let's go Kaioken. And beat the shit out of this guy.
Alonzo, tell us about Kirby Song.
Kirby Song. Oh, no, I was gonna go back to my anime watch list as of late.
Yeah.
Okay, so I got my list going on here. Have you guys heard of Freerun Beyond Journey's End?
No.
I don't think so.
It's a pretty fun little show, actually, where basically the main character, Elf, this elf chick, you know, the elves in fantasy, they live for like a long amount of time. This is basically what happens when you beat the demon lord and everything. Like, hey, Ethan, shut up.
Is this an isekai?
No, if you shut up, I can actually go and finish it.
Let him finish.
Yeah, Ethan.
Kanye.
I just wanted to ask one question.
Well, you always ask questions. So, basically, they defeat the Demon Lord. It's a 10-year journey, so it's a short time for her, but everybody else. What happens afterwards and everything like that? So, 80 years pass. The hero and her squad and everything like that, they're basically all old and passing away. And she takes on the new generation. It's kind of fun little story. If you ever watched, like, Jobless Reincarnation, that one is in Isekai, Ethan. Basically, it's the world building around is actually pretty awesome, which is what I like a lot about a lot of shows that I kind of tend to watch a lot of, like One Piece and everything like that. If it's got good world building, it's kind of what I like. But yeah, Freerun's pretty good. He has these episodes where like the animation kind of like pops up, and so far no what was it controversies of the studios abusing their workers, so that's good. Like another show that I'm watching, JJK.
Oh, Jujutsu Kaisen.
Just kidding.
Yeah, Mappa. It sucked because the episodes have been pretty nice, but you just know that animes are getting abused during that.
The only anime I like are the animes that have Nappa the same.
What about Raditz?
His power level exceeds 8,000. 8,000? You gotta be kidding me, Vegeta!
That's the original version.
It's over 9,000.
It's destroyed.
What was that? Why? What is with her arms? Why is she?
What does this camera say? It's 1006.
Apparently he can't seal Mephiles and the Scepter anymore because he absorbs Shadows' power. When
I like Testicles' lip sync there. It's just his mouth.
Yeah.
Where his mouth should be is just like
his muzzle
contorting.
is contorting. Yeah. It was better when his mouth didn't move at all. That was creepier.
Yeah.
Wait, he already has 2 Chaos Emeralds. I thought he only needed 1 to merge with Iblis. And he can time travel whenever he wants.
Realize now that you cannot hope to stop me with your
Does he want to kill Shadow for revenge?
Michael, put Gramps on his mouth and make Gramps his mouth.
No.
I was gonna say,
too much work.
Speaking of the perverted old man stereotype in anime, Gramps sounds exactly like Master Roshi.
Are they the same voice
So
actor?
I'm watching
No.
Ranma 1/2, and it has the worst dirty old man I've ever seen. Like the one
He releases limiters.
Master Roshi can get like fine at times, when he talks about stuff, but this other dude in Ranma 1/2 is so fucking bad that he literally goes around and just like steals women's underwear and will collect it. It's really disturbing that they played that up for laughs in the 80s. It's
Well,
like, look at that, he's sexually assaulting all these women. That's funny
ends
because
there?
he's a dirty old man. That's it?
Yeah, that's all
I
we had
totally
left.
forgot that's how it the story ends.
Yeah. Well, part of the reason I was talking about the French dub and the inverse cast is King K has decided that he's gonna play all the Sonic games in Japanese from now on because he's
Why?
because he's so sick of the current English cast that he just wants to deprogram his brain, stick with the consistent cast. Which, fine, but I don't know.
I guess, does the voice actor stay consistent in Japan?
Yeah, they as far as I know, the only one they've recast is Chikao Otsuka as Eggman, but that's only because he died.
Oh.
So they got
So
Chikao
is it-
Otsuka's son to play Eggman instead, or brother, or relative.
So is it just the case it's just better in Japanese, it's thing in Japan, or is it just he just doesn't like hearing English voices, or
He doesn't like the Studiopolis cast. He doesn't like Roger Craig Smith.
Oh.
That is his
Why?
right. That is an
Right.
opinion he is entitled to.
Right. I never really had an issue with any of Sonic's voice actors. I mean, the only one probably I can think of is Creams, but like, you always get a kid.
Yeah, I saw clips from that Dream Team game, which I cannot play because I do not own a single Apple device besides my Apple Power Mac from 2004.
Yeah, when I saw that, I'm like, oh, cool. Oh, for Apple only? Well, I guess I could play it on my phone. No, what? I'm not gonna play this.
And then Rouge sounds just like a lady.
What was the first game that Cream the Rabbit showed up in?
Sonic Advance 2?
Yeah. It was either that or Sonic Adventure DX, because she was putting that on the GameCube.
I think it was Sonic Advance 2. Let me see here. Unless she was a Sonic X character. Let's check the Sonic Wiki Zone. First appearance, Sonic Advance 2.
There you go.
What year was that from?
Sonic Advance 2 came out in 2000 and...
Once was talking, and then in the background, really quiet.
2002.
Okay, what about the first time she spoke?
That was probably
bu-
Heroes.
Yeah. I want to see here.
Why don't we
voice
play
actress.
Sonic Heroes on the show?
You already did that.
I know.
I can't tell with you sometimes.
She has a cameo in Sonic DX.
Look at me, I'm a DJ.
Actually, I think her first voicing might have been Sonic Battle.
Oh, Alonzo,
The hell is Sonic Battle?
have you seen the Scott Pilgrim anime?
That's on my list. Yeah, I was gonna talk about that. What you guys' thoughts were on that.
Oh, I haven't seen
I
it
watched
yet.
the first episode. I've watched the first episode only, and then I kind of realized that I have like 4 of the 6 volumes. I haven't actually read any of them, so it'd be nice if I could actually like go and read them before I watch the anime.
The anime is a Metal Gear Solid 2. It's a sequel. It's not an actual. Yeah, that's the comparison that I want to make too, because you know how everybody's like Metal Gear 2 did it, and like nobody liked Metal Gear 2 at first. Everybody hated it that they
Metal
did the
Gear
bait and switch.
Metal Gear Solid 2. There's already a Metal Gear 2.
Nobody cares about Metal Gear 2.
Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake is fucking awesome, and nobody knows about it anymore. Because it never came out in the United States. But that game is freaking awesome.
Was that in the collection that came out? The bad collection that Konami released?
Yes.
It actually came out on Metal Gear Solid 3 Substance.
You just
So you can
combine
actually-
Metal Gear Solid 2 Subsistence with Metal Gear Solid 3 Substance. Substance?
Is it? What's it called?
Substance.
It is Metal Gear Substance. That's what
Yes.
it's called.
Metal Gear
Substance.
Solid 3
Hold-
Substance.
I thought it was substance.
Substance? That doesn't make any fucking. Hold on.
I might have it mixed up with Metal Gear Solid 2. I think it's... Yes, it is Subsistence. I can see it. I have it in my
Yes.
bookshelf.
I was
Got
like, why would they call it Substance? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, Substance is the subtitle for Metal Gear Solid 2's re-release. So I mixed them up because they're similar sounding words that both start with S and end with P.
Right.
But anyway.
yeah, Scott Pilgrim. That comparison I was making because it does the bait and switch after the first episode.
It's,
This
yeah.
isn't the remake that they advertised to us.
It's,
A lot of people are saying that it's because of Netflix did that.
it's
because
Final
Netflix
Fantasy
didn't have
VII Remake.
confidence. Yes, that's another, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, I don't have Netflix, so I can't even see it. But I kind of want to anyway, because I think, like, cartoon comic book Scott is, like, super hot.
And a piece of shit.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the problem, is that he's like a weird incel in terms of
Well,
characterization.
that's the whole thing
but-
about Scott. Like, in Scott Pilgrim, everybody is a problematic character.
Yeah.
And a lot of people,
I mean, it's just like real life. It's me. I'm a douchebag of the group.
For some reason, I
Dennis
find
Michael,
that weird little
douchebag.
cartoon man with his
kidding.
coarse outlines to be, like, the sexiest thing. I don't get it.
yeah, but I've been hearing a lot of people, it's hit or miss. If you're able to get past like that, it's the sequel, and that it's
Hey,
basically,
look,
it's
it's
not
credits.
Scott's story.
It's credits for the thing I was wrong about in the last
Oh,
session.
Akon.
Hold on a
yes.
second.
Where I,
Oh,
where I,
you both cut out for a second.
where I
What'd you
said
say,
that
Mikey?
I said that Masato Nakamura was a woman, but he's not. I got it mixed up with the other lady in Dreams Come True. So I misread
'Cause
the
Mikey is
comment from our
sexist.
viewers and thought that Masato Nakamura was a woman. Because they were like, oh yeah, Dreams Come True did the Akon song.
Hold on,
Apparently
something
they're-
funny's going on here.
Ethan doesn't care. Moving on.
Oh, no, hold on. My headset keeps disconnecting, so I keep not hearing you. Go ahead.
I was saying that your farts smell bad.
That's awesome. They sure do.
They're pungent.
Yeah. All right. Let's start Silver since we've only been
Yeah,
going
let's
for like
see how
an
far
hour.
we can get, how we can tolerate Silver.
Before I was born.
I'm already. Okay, so what's the deal with the Silver campaign?
When we live in eternity,
So
It's-
Silver is from the future. He's from the Crisis City
people live without
timeline, essentially.
hope. Happen.
But since the events of this game never happened because Solaris gets erased at the end, in the current timeline, he was originally from a timeline after Forces, where Eggman succeeded in conquering the world. So he went back in time to prevent it. And then the metal virus happened, and he went back, and everybody was gone, and everything was metalized. So he came back again. So he still exists in the new games, but he's like his gist is basically that he's a guy from the future who goes back in time to prevent a horrible tragedy. But a new horrible tragedy keeps happening in Sonic's universe, so he keeps perpetually having to go back in time.
So he's Trunks.
Yes, he is Trunks. He even has the same hair. The $30
He's inspired by
haircut.
Trunks, yeah. Hey, don't be mean to Trunks.
Don't you lecture me with your $30 haircut. Goku dies.
Oh,
you-
that's
what-
such a
what
good
is-
quote.
What is that? $30 haircut? Huh?
That's from an actual
Yeah.
Funimation dub. It was like one of the movies. They got the guy who voiced Hiei from Yu Yu Hakusho to play one of the androids, and he's like,
War, segregation, hatred. Is that what you've done with your free will, boy? Don't you lecture me with your $30 haircut. Goku dies.
We'll see, you red ribbon redneck.
What does that mean? I don't like.
his hair sucks. It was like
He's making fun of Trunks' hair.
Was $30 supposed to be cheap or expensive?
I guess expensive, because he is a rich boy. His Bulma's son.
The joke is he puts the money into a hair and it still don't
With
look
your
as
$30
good.
haircut.